A continued love of cars and what makes them go has been fueling Scott's Garage for decades and now 3 generations. Scott and Wendy Bean join us from their Coombs Street location for episode 226 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. Scott's Garage is getting close to its 10-year anniversary at their Coombs Street location and gearing up for its 3rd expansion. Learn more about this family affair and what's planned for the future. Episode 226 of the Love in Lebanon podcast starts now.
Welcome to the Love in Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to loveinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 226 of our Love in Lebanon podcast. We are on location for episode 226. We are in kind of the back room, we might say the kitchenette area of Scott's Garage at 514 Coombs Street. Got Scott and Wendy Bean here on episode 226. Guys, thank you so much for being here on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
And Wendy, you and I were going back and forth about setting up a date and things like that. It is roughly lunchtime, and that is when kind of things come to a halt. But when it's not during lunchtime, you guys are rocking and rolling, and the parking lot is packed. You guys have been crazy busy.
We have been. We've had lots of people, lots of customers. It's been good.
And Scott, I'm glad you love cars because there's lots of them to bring through here.
Yes, lots of cars every day. A new job every day. So it's always changing, always keeps you on your toes.
I can imagine that. And Scott and I know it's like, you know, people coming in with all different kinds of ailments. We were kind of getting set up and things, and there was someone that came in that randomly hit a pole. And I'm guessing you get a lot of calls like that of kind of random things that aren't you know, that are out of the ordinary that you have to.
So we usually have our normal schedule for the day, and then there's always something, 1 or 2 jobs that pop up, come in unexpected. You never know what they're going to be. Somebody stranded on the interstate or somebody hitting a pole.
Is that kind of a blessing and a curse? On one hand, you know that I've got like 3 or 4 oil changes, okay, sure. But then it's, I wonder what kind of little curveball is going to get thrown our way.
Yeah, but we like helping people, especially the ones that are stranded on the interstate. It's nice to get them back on the road. And
it makes you feel good.
Yeah, wherever they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming in with the person that we saw was bringing in the tire. This is the trouble I've got, and to be able to turn that person around to maybe fix the tire or put the tire back on the vehicle and then get them on their way has got to be.
We have a lot of, this time of year, we have a lot of kids and parents going to college far away and they get stuck. We had one last week, or coming back from college in the spring. We have that, or we've had a tour bus break down on the side of the road.
A band?
Yeah.
A police officer with 4 little dogs in her truck that got stuck on the side of the road last summer, and we helped her. And it was, yeah.
I'm envisioning you could do like an Office TV show of the just the randomness of it all. 4 dogs in there.
Yeah, probably.
And I was gonna kind of put you on the spot with what's the weirdest thing you guys have seen, but you just listed off like 9 things that are fit in that weird category. Mm-hmm. Yeah, meteor strike would be the only other thing, and I can't, Everybody, if you look at the Scott's Garage logo, you'll see established in 2016. We're getting close to 10 years at this location at 514 Coombs Street in Lebanon. Can you kind of talk about the growth before we hit record, Scott, and talk about the growth of this place and kind of what has started back in 16 and how things look now? Did you ever think it would be where you're at now?
No. I started out in just a 2-bay shop. It was just me. We decided we needed to expand, so I built this shop. The first phase of it was a 4-bay shop, and quickly outgrew that. Built on a small addition, and now we're up to 11 bays. Looking to hire another tech and another service advisor, so we're always growing. But yeah, never thought it would come to this. You know, I had always planned on just being me. I thought that was the way to do it.
And he begged me right before COVID to quit my job. And I was a teacher at Western Boone for 22 years. And he's like, I need help.
I was working all day on cars and doing paperwork all night and just couldn't do it any longer. So asked Wendy to come in and figured out, hey, this isn't bad. We can keep expanding. And
it was nice because I still got to see everybody that I had worked with or kids that I'd had in school, and they became customers. So it was just a better transition than I ever thought. It was good.
And so the growth model, was it one that you kind of embraced, or was it one of those things of, well, because I know you wanted to keep it kind of a smaller operation, but was it demand and kind of the clientele, people coming in that kind of forced you to grow because you were kind of
Basically
popular?
forced, yes. Just couldn't keep up and didn't want to turn people away. Wanted to help them out, and the only way to do that was to grow.
Yeah. And so you guys wanted to keep adding to your staff, so you had a couple kiddos that we'll talk about later who you roped into helping out here as well. But there's another expansion that potentially is on the horizon, potentially?
Yeah, we need to expand our office area. Wendy's up there with the service advisor, Reed. So it's getting kind of tight. So we need more room for waiters, and we need more office room. So that'll be our next expansion, is in the office.
Is it one of those where you got to one expansion, you were like, okay, and then the second one, okay, we can exhale a little bit, and then...
I always say this is my last time.
He promised no more, but we're going to have to, I think.
And so we talked about kind of how the business has grown. How have you seen kind of the whole fixing of vehicles and getting them back on the road? How have you seen that change over the years? Because I'm guessing it was less computer automation in years past, and now we're more in obviously the digital age and having to evolve that way too. Seen it change?
Yeah, cars are definitely more complex than they used to be. But for the past 25 years, it's been a lot of diagnostic work, electronics. But it is getting almost every car that comes in here, there's some type of diagnostic work that needs to be done. We still do all the brake jobs, oil changes, engine replacements.
But we definitely keep up on all the technology. So anything new that comes out, Scott's all over that. He's trying to make sure that we have the equipment we need to service all kinds of cars. So
when do you and I were talking before we hit record, you guys are in the midst of an overhaul with the website, and you can check out their website, everybody, at scottsgaragelebanon.com. That's hot off the presses. You're talking about booking things online. That kind of evolution too about how things are different. It used to be you'd have to either stop in or call. Now you have that option of doing those things, but all the while being able to do it online as well.
I prefer to have easy access to an availability when I book anything, any kind of service. So I wanted to make it easy as possible for people to get a hold of us. And calling is great, but also if they go to our website, they can text us. They can also book. For right now, we're just doing oil changes online because it's new. So they can book online for appointments or ask questions, get information, things like that. So
far, everybody loves it. Everybody loves the easy access.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have had a lot of access with folks that may even not have known you guys were here. We talked about the two different and potentially a third expansion. We've talked about a new website, and the building is eye-catching from the road here on Coombs.
Thank you.
But there are still people that come in and say, wait, you guys are here?
Yesterday.
I didn't realize you
Yesterday.
We had no idea you were here.
Yeah. We are starting a promotion in September. We're going to have our first flyer go out. So people, hopefully that will share where we're at with many people that didn't know. So get our name out there a little bit more.
We thought about in the city offices and some nonprofits I work with getting T-shirts made that I had no idea that was happening, and put that on a T-shirt because you could scream it from the mountaintops and have every billboard out there. You could call them at home and they would still say I had no idea that was happening.
That's my favorite thing to do here. We have a billboard on 65 South, and I like to change that up. I make sure my doggies are on there. I put happy birthday to people on there.
Yeah, I saw with the happy birthday of the guy sitting to my right here on one of the billboards, and I was stalking you guys.
No, they never are, but I think it's hilarious, so I always do it.
Guys, we're recording episode 226 of our Love in Lebanon podcast on location here at Scott's Garage. You may hear some things working in the background, and that's part of the fun with recording episodes like this. We've got Scott and Wendy Bean here on this episode of the podcast. How cool is it to be able to, I guess it might be cool and it might be challenging at times, to be able to work with so many people you know and do life closely with. You talked about, Wendy, you talked about putting Scott up on a billboard and kind of having that back and forth, that fun stuff. You got a couple of young men that you guys belong to your family who are here working on site today. Good.
We have two
challenging
boys.
Riley and Reed here.
Riley graduated in 2018, and he went to... he tried college for a little bit and decided that he really wanted to just work with his dad and work here. So he's been full-time here since 19. And he started, and then I came in, and it was just the three of us for a little bit. And then we kept adding more people, and that worked out great. And then Reed graduated and went to school. He just finished up in Indianapolis, and he too he's really into communications and marketing and that. So he's up front with me in the office, and he's becoming a service writer, and he's doing a great job. And we all get along pretty much for the most part.
We don't talk much throughout the day. We're busy with our own things.
I don't even know sometimes what's happening in Riley's life until I'm like, I really need to go ask him what he's doing. Because it's just like, here's your, your next
order.
ticket or whatever. It's all professional until I make an effort to make it not. So, yeah.
No big family blow-ups.
No. No, not any drama too much.
No.
I mean, no.
Nothing, out of the ordinary for any family, let's be honest. We've
Right.
all got a little drama, but it happens. How cool is that, though, to be able to instill that love for not only the love of cars, obviously, but the willingness to work together? Because there are
That's
some
very
families
true.
that we were kind of joking about the drama, whatever, but willing to work day in and day out with each other.
And we didn't make them. They asked.
Both
they
of the boys in high school were, I'm not doing that. I'm not working with you.
But they
And then-
quickly changed their mind.
Yeah.
Well, they both love to race cars, and they both love Dodges and to do that. And so the love of that, I kind of figured that would just evolve into this, because how easy and cool is it that you just have that right there at your fingertips to be able to learn and do. So
And from my understanding and kind of stalking you guys on the website, again, that's scottsgaragelebanon.com, it looked like it was your love of cars, Scott, that kind of trickled down and helped kind of galvanize you guys.
and his dad, your dad,
Oh, so-
originally.
And so it was the same situation. I was young, right out of high school, went to work for my dad out of the love for cars.
He had a shop out on 32, more towards Western Boone, since the 80s. And actually, I think they're tearing down that building today.
Oh, really?
Is it today?
Kind of a bittersweet moment for the
Lily Project
Yeah.
is tearing it down. So, yeah.
Got to feel great about that, right?
That's okay. Ironically, last week he had a car he was working on, and it died at the old shop. And he got out. It was like fate. He got out, and he got to go inside and say goodbye.
One last time.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it was
goodness.
very crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, that's what a coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
But a love of racing from you at a young age, kind of watching your dad kind of love that.
Exactly.
And you guys all used to race yourself as well?
Yeah. Just the business has kind of taken over, and then have not had time to do that. And with any job you do for hours and hours every day, you start to want to get away from that. So I've kind of pulled away from that, and we now just do family time.
Yeah.
We like to travel.
That's our thing. We just like to see new places, go places, and see new things. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But initially it was a love of vehicles, and I'm guessing that kind of really tugged at you and how these things work and can go so fast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still watches it on TV often.
Now, you an IndyCar, you a NASCAR, you
I like both.
Okay.
Yeah. Any kind of racing.
Drag racing. That's coming up.
Yeah.
So the drags are coming up. That's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody, we are recording, and you are listening to episode 226 of our Love in Lebanon podcast here on location at Scott's Garage, 514 Coombs Street in Lebanon. Now, we talked about the family affair, and currently 4 Beans are working here. You guys wanted to keep it local when it came to attracting clientele as well. And when I walked in, saw a number of Boone County Sheriff's officers, and their vehicles are here. I know that you guys work closely with the city of Lebanon, and our city vehicles are here too. How important is that for you guys to pardon the phrase, keep it local and have a lot
It's
of
very
the local
important.
clientele?
I feel like, when you are looking for somebody to trust and put your faith into, it's a lot easier to find that at a local shop. And, we very much value that. So we want people to feel
And we know the people. I mean, born and raised here. You just, you know everybody and you feel more comfortable.
For sure.
Yeah, unless it's Metallica breaking down on the interstate.
Yeah.
So you're okay. Not that it was Metallica, everybody. It was just throwing it out there. But it is so funny because, truth be told, everybody, one of the Bean kiddos was played on my son's Little League team and got a chance to coach young Reed, and not young anymore, certainly. But it is kind of in the family. There is some kind of special feeling when you're doing life with somebody, and that's who you can trust, like you're talking about, Scott.
For sure.
Yeah. What else does the future hold for Scott's Garage? We're getting ready for 10 years in September of 26, right? Mm-hmm. You talked about the adding of promotion and things along those lines, the possible continued expansion. What's the future hold?
We're always wanting to grow and expand, and we don't want to stop doing that, because once you stop doing that, then you get stagnant. So we want to make sure we're the best shop we can possibly be. So we're always looking for new techs,
Mm-hmm.
new technology, new innovative things. So we're always looking to the future.
And if people are interested in maybe trying to get their foot in the door here, stalking your website like I did, checking out the new stuff and being able to check for job updates.
Yep,
and
it's on the
open positions.
website. There's career opportunities, so they can look, and there's an online form they can fill out, and we're always looking for new faces.
Scott, I think she likes the website.
I do.
think she does.
I do a lot.
Yeah. Again, that's Scott's Garage, Lebanon.com for that. Looking a little bit further down, you guys talked about your love of travel. Couple young men here that have your last name. Is the plan one day, whenever that day is determined, to maybe hand off that baton, that wrench, pardon the pun, to those gentlemen, so you guys can travel and do all that at one day later?
Yeah, this is our legacy for them. One day they'll take it over, and we will be watching and
Helping.
From a beach somewhere? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I think Riley's in the shop, so he understands everything that happens in the shop. Reed's in the office, so he'll understand that end of it. So I think they'll have
and they have a good working relationship together too.
Yeah.
They complement each other well.
Yeah.
Reed's very outgoing and social, and Riley's very meticulous and very good with detail oriented. So I think they complement each other very well.
Yeah, I was just actually gonna say that you have the front of house, back of house, and you have kind of what you guys have almost, front of house, back of house, customer service, and it's great.
Yeah, they'll do well.
Whenever that day comes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still young.
And so once again, if people want more information on Scott's Garage, they can hit you up online. They can just walk in and say, hey, and
We're also on Facebook. I had a Facebook page, but I had to take it down. My personal one got hacked about 6 months ago. So I just started another one a few months back, and I've been trying to promote. It's free and awesome, and place to get information. So I've been trying to do that a little bit more, and Instagram. So those are out there too.
And I'm guessing you guys are seeing the importance of that and the marketing piece with a guy like Reed being able to understand the whole marketing piece of it. Sure. So a lot of different ways to connect with Scott's Garage, everybody. I'll share links to all those on the body of the podcast, and so you can check that out for yourself. Wendy, Scott, thank you for being here, or letting me be here to record on site here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Everybody, you can listen to this episode and many more on YouTube and on wherever you get your podcasts, really. Well, more episodes coming your way soon. Take care.